Hello and good morning. Welcome to the Center's monthly webinar. My name is Caitlin and I will be giving our webinar today on legal aspects of social media. What we do here at the Center is that we've been starting to do monthly webinars, and we've already had two. You can go to our website and check them out at taxplanning.com underneath the webinars page. So if you want to check those out later, you can do that. Also, this webinar will be available on our website after we're done here today. So we'll go ahead and get started here. All right, so we're going to be doing legal aspects of social media. And first, I'll just give a little introduction about myself. My name is Caitlin Conrad. I am the Director of Communications here at the Center for Financial, Legal, and Tax Planning. That basically means I just handle a lot of the PR work and the marketing work here at the firm. I am also Roman Basie's assistant. He is the president here of our company, and I just do a lot of work for him and make sure everything runs smoothly. So that's a little bit about what I do here. A little background about me. I come from the Champaign-Urbana area of Illinois, and that's where the U of I is located if you're familiar with college sports or anything. So that's kind of just where I'm from. I have a degree in graphic design, and I moved to Southern Illinois, which is where our firm is located, about 2 years ago to get a second degree in photojournalism. But during my time at SIU, I found that I really did love graphic design, and I really did pick the right major the first time. So I decided to find a full-time job doing something that I love within the realm of graphic design, and I got a job here, and I love what I do here. I love that I get to do web design, social media, just all different aspects of design work, and I get to talk with people, and this is just a great place to work. Even though I don't have a legal experience, I with the help of our research attorney, I've put together a list of legal aspects of social media that'll help you and your company just make sure that you are ready for whatever the internet world has to throw at you. So we'll go ahead and go to our next slide here, and I'm just going to cover 6 different points of what you want to kind of consider when you're going into social media marketing, posting stuff, on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, email marketing. So we'll cover content, third-party advertising, sweepstakes and contest, email, and product endorsement, and data security. So we'll go ahead and get started with our very first topic, and that is content. So the content of your ad, Facebook or Twitter post, or any social media marketing needs to be cleared with respect to intellectual property and other potential third-party rights arising out of the material used. Many businesses maintain an active presence online and on social media sites. You and your business should be aware of the legal risk that can come from each post. For example, when using someone's creative work in your Facebook post, it may seem so easy for you to Google for a specific photo. However, there is a lot of content online that you can find easily, but it has a copyright to go along with it. So what I've done ahead and got done for you is just gave you a few different things to combat using somebody else's copyright work, just to make sure that you are doing the right thing for what you need to do. First, you can use free use websites. You can get content from these sites that have free art, vectors, illustrations, or photos. FreePix is a website I've used all throughout college when I was broke and needed free vectors to use for different design aspects. Now, if your company uses graphics and content and does in-house designing a lot, you might want to consider that it might be worth to looking into getting a membership subscription service to graphic content sites such as ThinkStock or Shutterstock. They have very good graphics and very good stock photos on those sites, and sometimes paying those fees for a monthly service that you get so many downloads with is really worth it for your company to make sure you got top-notch stuff for whatever you're going to be posting online or using for any of your design needs. Another pointer you can do is ask for permission. Just contact the artist or content creator, let them know what you're wanting to do and how it will benefit them, and they, just might give you permission to use it. Another way you can do is if you find something online, you can link content to the artist or creator, because sometimes, it's hard to find their contact information of how to get in touch with them. And so if you want to use it, just make sure that you are linking to their content so it doesn't look like you just made it on your own or took the photo yourself. Another thing you can do is using labeled for reuse or Creative Commons graphics or images. Now, Google Images, you can specifically search for photos that don't need credit. And the same goes for the website, photo sharing website, Flickr. So we'll go ahead and I'll show you just a little bit how we can do that. Let me go ahead and get to the page here. Share that. Okay, so if we go to Google and say we want to search for an image in the business category. So we'll go ahead and type in business and search in Google Images. So what you'll do is go to Search Tools, click on it, go to More Tool, or go to Usage Rights, and click on Labeled for Reuse. And all of these photos here your company can use for anything that you might need to use, any promotional material, any designs that you need. These photos are free for use. Same goes for Flickr. Just go to flickr.com. That's Flickr, not ER. And say we want to search for fireworks. You want to make a post for 4th of July or something. Already passed. You can see all these great photos that people have posted, and a lot of them you can see they have copyright information on there, but you want to make sure that you're using one that the artist has already shown that they give permission for people to use on their own. Just click on here, and it'll be on any license, and you'll click on all Creative Commons, and a bunch of different photos will show up that you can use to free for use, and you can use them for any of your designing needs. So we'll go ahead and get back to our slideshow here. All right. Our next topic, little pointer, is third-party platform advertising. This is very important for businesses to be aware that each social media platform has its own terms of use. This determines ownership of content that you use on that platform. As an example, when you upload content to Facebook, you grant Facebook a non-exclusive, transferable, self-licensable, royalty-free, worldwide license to use any content that you post on or in connection with Facebook. This IP license ends when you delete your IP content or your account, unless your content has been shared with others and they have not deleted it. This basically means that Facebook can license your content to others for free without obtaining any other approval from you. Same kind of goes for Instagram, which is another photo sharing social media site. And in Instagram's terms, it states, you hereby grant to Instagram a non-exclusive, fully paid, and royalty-free, transferable, sub-licensable, worldwide license to use the content that you post on or through the service, subject to the service's privacy policy. Basically, you just want to make sure that when you're posting, different things on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, you got to look through their terms and conditions and see how their licensing works. When you post stuff on there, they are able to access that and use that for any promotional material that they see fit. So that's just very important for businesses to be aware. This is especially important for those who do, say, a photography business or a graphic design business, and they want to post their stuff and show it on Facebook. Well, you want to make sure that you have your information in that photo too, or something, to that sort with your watermark, because otherwise Facebook can just take it and use it how they see fit, or Instagram. So that's just very important for businesses and people to know, that they may not realize that what they're posting online, those sites are able to use it for their own use too. So next, our next topic will be sweepstakes, contests, and prize promotions. When structuring a promotion where you give away a prize, it's important to assure that it's not an illegal lottery. And this has a lot to do with what you're calling it and how you go about giving out prizes. Now, the terms sweepstakes and contest, it's pretty common for people to use those terms interchangeably without realizing that there are distinct legal differences between the two. So in the simplest definition, sweepstakes winners are chosen randomly, whereas contest winners are selected by judges. So this is very important when you're making an marketing campaign, an advertising campaign to do with a giveaway or a sweepstakes or a contest. You just want to make sure that you are labeling those correctly so that you don't get into any legal trouble over the way that you've stated that what they are. A promotion that is administered on social media may be subject to platform-specific guidelines. It has to go back with the third-party platform usage. You just always want to make sure that you check the terms and conditions. You also want to make sure that there are rules made available for the promotion or contest, and you'll want to include disclosures on all advertising. So it's just very important to know, for people to know what the rules are so that you're covered on all bases and you don't get in trouble in any way. Next, we're going to talk about email. CAN spam governs the sending of commercial emails. This is very important for people to know, especially if they're sending out a weekly newsletter, a monthly newsletter, advertising through email. They have an email list, what have you. A lot of businesses do this. A lot of online businesses do this. Basically, CAN spam requires that email identifies the sender, the subject identifies the sender, the subject line reflects the contents of the message, and the sender provides the recipient with availability to opt out of receiving future commercial emails. The sender must also maintain a list of prior opt-outs. So when people are opting out of your email, you want to make sure that you keep a list of those just so you don't re-add them to your list. This is something here at the center that we've been trying to just, get great for going on. When I came on, I tried to start putting in an opt-out option on our monthly newsletter so that, we have a lot of people we've added to our list from going to different organizations and speaking for them. We want to make sure that those people can opt out of getting on those lists and whatnot. CAN spam violations have resulted in expensive settlements with the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. So you really just want to make sure that you're doing all that you can to make sure that you don't get in legal trouble. So it's just very important to know. Our next topic is product endorsements. Brands that are involved in encouraging a message about their products in media, example, Twitter or blogs, are responsible for the message made. Basically, this means, say, for example, you have a blogger, you want to have a blogger write a post about one of your products or services, you're responsible for what that blogger has to say about you. Also, if you're going to pay someone to write a good review about you, or you're having an employee tell others about your service, those facts need to be disclosed. That blogger needs to say that I'm being paid to write this post about this service or this product. Your employee needs to state that I'm an employee here and I think that this is so great, yada, yada, yada. You just want to make sure that there is full disclosure on all of those different types of endorsements. Whether you're having a celebrity do it, they need to state that they're being paid or not. So our next one is data security. Technology has enabled advertisers to track consumers more effectively. And as a result, advertisers are able to communicate and service consumers better. Google Analytics is a great way to track your usage of Google Ads, for example. However, the issues of notice, consent, and choice, and protection from intrusions into sensitive areas, and the need to secure data to prevent identity theft and other potential harms have become the focus of the press, regulators, and elected officials. This is big thing that's kind of going on, making sure that people's identity online is secure. As a result, consumer data privacy and security have become major issues, and have been sucking hundreds of advertisers into expensive lawsuits. A variety of laws and self-regulatory schemes have already addressed consumer data privacy and security, and a number of additional measures are working their way through state and federal legislators. Companies need to understand their consumer data and behavioral advertising practices, reflect them in understandable policies that are effectively communicated to the public, give consumers meaningful choice, and protect the security of the data. So your consumers, if they're going to buy something online on their website, you really got to make sure that you're using a secured service so that their credit card information doesn't get stolen. Any of their information gets stolen. They want to see that HTTPS and then their URL bar. So, you basically want to make sure that you're doing your research to make sure that all of their sensitive information that may be coming in through your website is secure. All right, so technology has changed the way that businesses can interact with consumers, and results can be beneficial to both the company and the consumers. However, advertising in this digital age poses real risks, and it's burdensome if it's not done properly. Following these guidelines, along with doing the proper reading of various platforms, terms, and conditions, will ensure that your business will be effective on social media. We at the Center for Financial, Legal, and Tax Planning are here for your business. We may not be able to set up your Facebook page or your website for you, but we do offer a variety of other services for businesses. So please visit our website at www.taxplanning.com to check out who we are and what we do and what we can do for you and your business. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys got some good information out of this. Like I said at the beginning, this will be available for everybody to view again on our website later today. And go ahead and you can check out some of the sources that I used to help get some of my information today. Thank you so much and have a great rest of the day and great week.